Caitlin Clark's transition to playing in Europe has sparked an explosion of excitement that has rippled through basketball circles worldwide. Known for her laser-like three-pointers and breathtaking court vision, Clark, a superstar in the making, stepping onto a European court feels like a seismic shift in the sports landscape. The European Basketball League, already a powerhouse in its own right, now finds itself welcoming an athlete who brings with her not only elite talent, but also a fan base eager to see what she'll accomplish in a new environment. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. For years, Europe has produced and harbored elite basketball talent, with leagues that have nurtured some of the finest athletes on the planet. But when someone like Caitlin Clark makes the leap from being a dominant force in college basketball in the United States to the European leagues, it's as if the basketball gods decided to drop a thunderbolt right into the mix. Fans of Clark in the WNBA were floored, absolutely shocked, some of them glued to their phones as news broke. Clark has never been a subtle player, and this move, much like her style of play, was executed with jaw-dropping precision. What makes Caitlin Clark's arrival in Europe such an electrifying moment? It's not just the numbers she puts up, though those are eye-popping enough. It's the way she plays, fearless, relentless, and with a certain flair that makes you want to watch her, whether or not you're a basketball fan. Clark can shoot from anywhere on the court, making her defenders look foolish in the process, and it's this bravado, this wild intensity, that's got fans on both sides of the Atlantic buzzing. The European lead is well-versed in welcoming stars, but Caitlin Clark is a different kind of star. Here's an athlete who played college basketball with the poise of a veteran, setting records and drawing comparisons to legends of the game before she even finished her college career. European fans know talent when they see it, and Caitlin's arrival immediately sparked chatter in the stadiums, pubs, and online forums across the continent. The hype is real. In Europe, basketball isn't just a sport. It's part of the culture, and Clark's entry into the league adds an element of spectacle that has fans anticipating every move she makes. From the moment the news dropped, WNBA fans, especially those who've watched Clark's meteoric rise, reacted with a mixture of disbelief and excitement. Wait, what? Caitlin's going to Europe. That's probably the exact thought going through thousands of minds. But once the shock wore off, excitement took over. Fans have followed her through every long-range three-pointer, every behind-the-back pass, and now they're faced with the prospect of seeing how her skills translate across the pond. And honestly, who could blame them for getting a little giddy? Some might say it fans. WNBA fans are known for their passion, but when they heard Caitlin was heading to Europe, you could almost hear the collective gasp. Twitter threads blew up, Instagram flooded with comments, and the sports channels couldn't stop talking about it. Caitlin Clark leaving the U.S., even temporarily, felt like a plot twist no one saw coming. Some fans were thrilled, already mapping out how they'd watch European games at odd hours of the night. Others, well, they weren't so sure. There was a sense of, what does this mean for the WNBA? Does it change the trajectory? But that's a conversation for another day. Right now, it's all about the buzz. The European crowd, on the other hand, has embraced her with open arms. They know a good thing when they see it. Caitlin's reputation preceded her, and now that she's suiting up on their home courts, the excitement is palpable. This is a league that appreciates skill, technical ability, and a player who isn't afraid to take the game into her own hands. That's Caitlin in a nutshell. It's not that European basketball lacks stars, far from it. But what Clark brings is this raw, unfiltered energy that somehow manages to be both calculated and chaotic at the same time. European basketball is known for being a bit more team-focused, more methodical in its approach than the often star-driven show in the U.S., and that's what makes Caitlin Clark such a fascinating addition. She's bringing a little bit of the American flash and flair, but she's doing it with a basketball IQ that allows her to fit into different systems. That's where things get fun. Fans are already speculating about how her game will mesh with the more tactical play style over here, and to be honest, everyone's chomping at the bit to find out. And of course, there's the social media frenzy. In an age where every move, every play, and every highlight can be instantly shared with millions, Caitlin Clark is the perfect star for this moment. Her moves are made for the highlight reel. You could almost see it now, fans clipping her buzzer beaters, her no-look passes, and her moments of sheer audacity. Whether she's on the court in Iowa or in Italy, Spain, or France, people will be tuning in. It's as if Caitlin's game was crafted specifically for this social media-driven age, where each second of brilliance can be immortalized with a quick swipe of the thumb. The European League knows what they're getting with Clark. She's a franchise-altering player, the type of athlete who makes the league itself more exciting by sheer force of will. It's not just about the points she'll score or the wins she'll help rack up. It's about the narrative that comes with her. Caitlin Clark in Europe is a story, a huge, compelling, edge-of-your-seat story, and fans can't wait to see how it unfolds. Some players get on the court and do what's necessary to win, and that's respectable. But Caitlin Clark? She plays like she's out to prove something every single night. It's part of her charm, part of what makes her such a fascinating athlete to watch. Whether it's a late-game dagger from 30 feet out or a precision pass that cuts through a defense like butter, she's out there making statements. And in Europe, those statements are being heard loud and clear. The European League, rich with talent and historical significance, stands on a new precipice with Caitlin Clark now in the mix. Players from across the league are undoubtedly keeping their eyes peeled, knowing they're about to go up against someone who doesn't just play the game. She takes it apart, piece by piece, and puts it back together in ways that leave spectators stunned. Her competitive drive is relentless, her intensity unmatched, and her ability to make defenders look completely out of place. Well, that's the kind of thing you only see in the best of the best. Caitlin Clark isn't coming to Europe just to make waves. She's coming to redefine what the Tide looks like. The fans are loving it. Whether they're following her from the WNBA or discovering her talents for the first time in Europe, there's an undeniable sense that something special is happening. They're the type of fans who appreciate not just the wins but the showmanship, the skill, the art of basketball. And Clark, with her unpredictable brilliance, is the exact type of player who thrives off that energy. There's also something refreshingly authentic about Caitlin Clark. She's not overly polished or concerned with looking a certain way. She just plays. It's straightforward, but it's what makes her such a magnetic personality. She's not trying to fit into some mold of what a basketball star should be. She's carving out her own space, and in doing so, she's attracting a following that isn't just based on admiration for her skills, but also for her authenticity. Fans love that about her. She's raw, she's real, and she's ready to take on whatever challenge comes her way. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.